All right, hello. Okay, hello. Sorry for being a little late. I actually had to get into the shower, leave my desk, eat some food, kiss my children, all of that great stuff. So let me just get my drinks ready. All right, so can you pop in the chat box if you are new here? If you're watching this on Facebook, just got from home the beach. Oh, hi. If you're watching this on Facebook, feel free to chat right into the chat box. I'm not going to see it there, but I will get to your questions later. Also, just remember that we're going to be breaking down a lot of really good stuff. So grab a pen and a notepad. Okay, so can anyone tell me if this is your first webinar, or if this is your webinar where you are saying, I must figure out what is my system, or I must figure out what I'm going to do in my coaching practice. I've had the pleasure that many of you who have called me, it has been an extreme pleasure, because I've gotten to know what you need in your business, what you're missing in your business, and also what you're having a tough time figuring out. And through the different calls that I've had in the last few days, which has been amazing to meet brand new coaches, coaches that I've known for a long time, but to have really deep conversations about their business, I realized this, that many of you have come to the same realization that I have. Here it is. And now let me get a little comfortable. This is what I've seen, and this is why I teach something very different. I don't believe, and I've said this in webinars before, that this 2 50-minute session and giving a few handouts is working. That's number one. Number two is the coaches that I have interviewed who are very successful, or coaches who I've been coached by, and I'll even just give you a few names. Nisha Moodley being one of my coaches, Cora Poage being one of my coaches, Holly Thompson I've interviewed, Lisa Consiglio Ryan I've interviewed, Lisa Wilson I've interviewed. I'm trying to think, there's many other names of successful, Allison Leipzig, very successful coaches that you know from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. We all said the same thing, which is this, is that when we first began our business, we all heard online, and do group coaching and all this. But at that time, and this was 7 years ago, there didn't exist a social sphere and a realm like you see today. And so it forced us to do what? It forced us to do face-to-face workshops. It forced us to go in with business cards and brochures and handouts to, who's got a green juice too? Say yes. Or a coconut water, or a Kavita. It forced us to go into different places and introduce ourselves. It forced us to have conversations in grocery stores and markets, and talk to people about what we did. None of us built our business in the beginning just online. There wasn't room for that at the time. And so I say this to you because what I see, which is the number 2 point, is that many of you, I know, want to have thriving online businesses. But what I also want to teach you is that to have that thriving online business, there needs to be a few steps. One is that you need to have a system in place. And that system doesn't mean like 17 hats, or teamwork, or ClickFunnels, Entreport, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, Acuity. I mean, the list can go on, or Hootsuite, or Buffer, or Meet Edgar. The system is actually what you take your client from A to Z. Typically, this is also the same system that you did for yourself to get better. And if you're anything like me, that has changed over the years. We change as we evolve, we change as our hormones shift, we change as we get older, we change with the seasons. And so what I did years ago, or maybe what I do now is different, and that also changes. And so what I want you to think about through this entire series is the system that you believe in. Because the system that you believe in is going to be the system that you sell. I had a few coaches today on the phone say to me, I'm looking at the gut program, it looks great, I'm really excited. And I said, okay, so first, tell me your story. And it was about being an overwhelmed, mom. And I said, okay, so who do you want to work with? I want to work with people like myself. Okay, so have you ever worked in the gut realm? No, but I have some people who definitely are interested. And I said, okay, so if you were picking, and this coach was picking 2 programs to buy so that they had that opt-in freebie leading to a gateway, leading to a signature program, and that they could build out their work with me for a single session the next 2 to 3 months or the next 4 to 5 or 6 month program on a 3-tier work with me page. And that coach said to me, you know what, I want to do gut, but I think it's more important for me to have detox and sugar. I said, okay, see, now we came to that conclusion. She said, I know that I want to do the gut program, but I think for me right now, it's better. And I said, yes, it's better for you to 1, listen to your gut, and 2, to pick a program that you feel is marketable to your people. So I just want to take you through, how to do an online cleanse, and we're going to talk about that. I just want to get my document ready so that we can talk in detail. But I also want you, before we go any further tonight, to really think about your clients, and also think about the marketability of what you are offering. Think about what they need. And I say this every night because we have to hear this. What are the pain points? What are the emotional, the physical, and the spiritual pain points? And what results do your potential client need, desire? And how are you going to message that? Remember, we talked last night about taking the gut program and saying, restore your gut and lose weight naturally. We talked about taking the sugar program and saying, calling it a hormone reset. We even talked about different messages with mindset. 3 months to change your mindset so you end dieting forever. 21 days to change your mindset so you make more money in your job. I also talked about this with many coaches today. In my coaching practice, as well as, please raise your hand if you agree with me, I saw that most people needed to start with the food. They were really excited. They made changes. And then we got to this point where it was like, how do we keep those changes going? And you'll see that whether you do online groups, face-to-face, workshops, anything. You will see that people need to do what? They need to be reminded of how to stick with the habits they have made. This is also why I want you to think about your funnel again. And I know for a newbie coach, or maybe somebody that is like, oh, it sounds all businessy. It's not. It's you being strategic as a health and wellness entrepreneur. So your funnel, again, is not necessarily the funnel. Sorry, I had to crack my back. Not the funnel from like an opt-in freebie, whether it's a soap opera sequence or whether it's 2 nurturing emails and then a sell. It's not that funnel. It's the funnel that you take your clients through, a system. Could be detox to sugar to 3-month mindset makeover. It could be weight loss to gut to revitalize. So what are you also seeing when I say that? 3 tiers: a single session, your middle package, and your longer package. You could also be saying, which is why many coaches say to me, I'm just going to buy VIP, because I want to have all these different avenues to be built out on my work with me, as well as online or offline, as well as how to, have different opportunities or tools in your back pocket. And that's what I actually would say when I did a strategy session. Somebody said, well, what we're going to do? And I would say, here's the good news. Good news is that I have so many tools in my back pocket. You don't have to worry about not being taken care of. I'm going to teach you and empower you to let go of dieting, what you have heard, what you have read, and this dogmatic way of thinking about food. And instead sit back and say, what foods are really right for me at this time in my life, where I'm at, who I am, my stress levels, how I metabolize. And we don't need necessarily a test to do this. You're going to learn this because you're going to truly step into what foods make me feel good, what foods wreck my sleep, my sex drive, what foods give me energy, all of that. So again, I want you to just think about these different components as we travel through this series about what your clients want and what you desire for them. So let's get down to talking about how to rock a cleanse online. Yeah. Okay, let me just make sure my chat box is up so I can see if anyone is chatting. And please don't be scared to ask a question, all right? Your questions will only get answered, because I'm not a mind reader, if you tell me what you want. So here, how to rock an online cleanse. And have a simple pitch proposal. Now, just like last night, I added the notes that we took last night to the replay page. So, and as I mentioned, I don't want to blow up your email inbox with tons of, here was the replay, here was the replay. So if you didn't get the replay, or you have not signed up for this for some reason, or you're seeing this on Facebook, you're seeing this somewhere, just go to my website at www.rachelafeldman.com, and you will see the link to sign up. And once you sign up, it will direct you to a welcome letter, and that welcome letter has the replay page. So if for some reason you didn't get it, please also reach out to me through my site at rachelafeldman.com. I will send you the replay, not a problem, and you will be able to have these. Okay, so let's get down to biz nos. Okay, so number one, we're running a program online. Okay, you have to decide, again, when you're buying the cleanse tonight, you have to decide if you're going to use the word like cleanse or detox, or take our clean eating, the clean eating program, which is just the detox with all of the word detox taken out. And this is not a program. And the reason that I love this program so much and is because it's not that cleanse where you're like, I love juicing. You're not putting your client on juicing all day. It's not deprivation. It's really, really yummy, delicious recipes, seasonal recipes, where it's taking them through a elimination diet. So Liz Lipsky, Alejandra Younger, both have, created pretty much their business around cleansing or digestive wellness and the elimination diet. So I realized a long time ago that I had intolerances that were not showing up on a blood test, an allergy test, and I took some of the best ones, but that I needed to find them out through the power of doing an elimination diet. And I knew that when my clients came to me, I said, well, instead of just shooting darts, which is sometimes how we feel, I'm going to empower them. So that is where I wanted to have the cleanse for my business. And that's why I started people on that all the time. That was what I called like back to the basics, step one. You know, like we have to clean out, we have to see, and you may have clients that only go a few days, or you may have clients that never go into the elimination part, but we have to eat seasonally. This has seasonal grains and seasonal beans. You can take them out. You could turn it paleo or primal. And you can just say easily to your client, swap out that bean. And it's not in every recipe. So there are 55 plus recipes that are easy to switch out. So when you buy the cleanse, you want to decide on name. This is first. Then you want to review the sales page. And I'm just even taking you through like basic steps. Review the sales page, determine price, know what is included. And knowing what is included is very important. I always ask my one-on-one clients who are in launch school, will you do a Facebook forum? Like, what is included in this? So you want to know, is a forum, are you doing a forum? Is this a do-it-yourself or online? Now remember, do-it-yourself means that somebody comes to a page, they click to buy, they are redirected to either a download, or you are getting that PayPal or Stripe notification, and you are sending them out the materials. So you need to decide, is it a do-it-yourself, which means that they are doing it themselves with not interaction from you, or maybe you're giving them, you know, a 30-minute consultation with it. Online means that there is a set start date and end date. People often say, well, I'm just going to do it yourself. It won't be as much work. That's not true. Any program online or offline takes marketing, any program. So I encourage you to let go of that mistruth. So you want to decide, do it yourself. Then you want to decide dates. Then you're going to determine if you have coupons or early bird. If you buy any of our basic programs, like if you decide to buy basic detox and you don't want the Rockstar, look at Steal My Copywriter at www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com, and you will see the email system that has like coupons, and it has last call, and it has all that stuff that you need for your email marketing. Even if you partner with a gym, spa, or anything, they're going to need to send out email marketing to their people. And so you can come to the table, and this is what we're going to get to in a second, with what I call the win-win plan. This is so good. So then coupons, early bird special. And you want to think also, I love like bring a friend, love your dad, also like friends come for free. Let me just put on my glasses for a sec. Friends can come for free, or maybe you want to do like a pay it forward. And I did this a few different times where you actually say, you know what, if you come and you buy this, then I'm going to actually give like 15% to this foundation that I really like, or 20%, something of that nature. So then you want to think about the different components. Your sales page, as we mentioned earlier, your editing docs, delivery. And again, delivery could be through MailChimp automation. This could actually be through a membership. This could actually be through eJunkie. This could be through Kajabi. Hold on one second. Sorry, that's real life. My son was washing his hands, about to go to the bathroom. I was like, don't go to the bathroom. Yes, raise your hand if that stuff ever happens, because this is real life, guys. Okay, so your delivery of your materials. Thank you. Thank God I'm not alone. Your delivery of materials. Then you want to think about your partnership. All right. So remember, you want to know what's included. I also like, and this is just a little hint and tip, is that the more that you can leverage out a page, such as, hey, I'm going to do a few videos. When I did cleanses, when, detoxes, and when I partnered, this is what we're going to talk about, when I partnered with gyms and spas and health food stores, I actually created videos in addition to the sales page. So meaning on the sales page, I said, you will get access to like 6 videos. One's going to show you how to do a castor oil pack. One's going to show you how to juice. One's going to show you how to shop really healthy and cheap. One is going to show you like what grab and go. One's going to show you how to batch cook. I had a number of different, very short videos. Again, you don't have to do it, but let go of the perfection. Take your phone, have a really cool, tripod like this, and you could either do that and just video and upload to Vimeo, or you could take your computer and shoot it, or you could take a Logitech, anything. And just have those as bonuses, or take some of the opt-in freebies or the handouts in the cleanse as bonuses. So then you come to your partnership and you want to make your proposal. So before you go and, look, so you want to research spas. You want to research spas. Can't see today. Research spas, fitness. I would even say fitness spas, ones that kind of have fitness, maybe are a little more geared to spas, med spas, juice places, anything that has anywhere that would be a possible desire for you to come in and do a healthy jumpstart, a cleanse, a reboot, all these different kind of things. So research. So then you want to create your proposal. One, you want to have a contract. So whether that's an NDA, a partnership, agreement, you want to have clear boundaries and know what they are. Boundaries about marketing and roles, responsibilities. And when I say boundaries, guys, I know it sounds really strange, but in a lot of the partnerships that I had, you want to know where you're not stepping on toes. I always was in full respect of like, okay, you own this, gym. This is your facility. This is your baby or your spa. How do you envision it? And so, and also to say, and I would say this often, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. So is there another person that focuses on health here? Do you want me to work in collaboration with them? How do you envision this? So that you're always creating a very healthy relationship. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. So there are a few different agreements that Sean and I can pull up. I can pull up his link. And I can also send the, let me just see if I can pull up something and get you the link so that you actually have this. Right here. These are the links, and tell me if you can't see me reply to you guys, let me actually know. So I can actually put this right here. It's just, these are links to contracts. I use Sean as my lawyer for my contracts, my disclaimers. If you're the first 250 buyers, then you'll also get a link to his interview where we talked about what is healthy for all your, you know, contracts, and how do you make sure your business is safe. We also talked about like partnership agreements and stuff like this. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, all that good stuff. Okay. Then you want to, in your partnership agreement, you want to define the following. And you want it to say something like this. You know, we are entering into this agreement. I have the following, you know, and again, you can buy a template, but you also want to have this in your mind and written down. You want to have a proposal to them on what you're offering. So that's why you want to know what to include. That is why that you want to know what are they going to do for you. The typical is a standard 70-30 split. So when I would go into spas, I would have, and this is what you want to have, I would have a brochure. I would also have testimonials and a snapshot of recipes. So you can easily do this and say, here's an example of, you know, breakfast. Here's an example of a lunch. Here's an example of a dinner. I just want you to see what kind, or you can bring your laptop and have them sign a non-disclosure agreement saying, you know what, this is your information, or even a non-compete, because if it's your program and you're going in, and this can also be helpful, guys, like gyms love CrossFit, so looking at the grain-free program, even a sugar program. So if cleanse does not, if you're not attracted to a cleanse, then kind of swap this around and say weight loss program, or swap it around and say sugar program. This can apply to everything. So you want to have a brochure. You can make that easily by taking one of the PowerPoints. So you can create a flyer from one of the PowerPoints that we have with one of the flyers, add an extra slide and add info. Then hand out the PowerPoint, which you're going to convert to a PDF. Then give a business card. The other thing is, if you don't have a business card, moo.com has some really gorgeous, much, much, much classier, elegant, sophisticated compared to Vistaprint. And for a lot of you coaches, if you're, you know, a new coach or you're rebranding, logos can cost anywhere from like $150 to sometimes $650, $700. Just go on moo.com, like keep it simple, make money, and then focus on those things after. Your branding is important. You know, as you see in my office right now, even like these are the colors, you know, like a splash of purple. These are the colors that I use in my life all the time, that I wear even. And so your colors and the very things that you put on your site in the pictures, that is also what defines you. So don't get stuck in a logo. So if you don't have a business card, you can do cute little ones. You can do larger ones with like a recipe on it or a testimonial from a client. Then you're going to go into the actual, so when you go in, reaching out to spa owners. And again, this could be any, you want to call first or enter the facility. Now, my favorite is that you're actually getting some treatment there, whether that you're getting a facial, a massage, you become a regular. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to become a regular at every different place, but I found, just like with anything, you know, human connection of you being a client there, they're much more open to what? To you than being able to pitch to them. So if you have a place anything that is surrounded around health and wellness, a spa, health food store, you can call or enter the facility. Ask to speak to the owner or manager. Then have brochures, testimonials in that brochure, your bio or info, your specialty, and so that you can hand it off to them. Then share what you can do for them. So remember, you want to know what they don't have, meaning you want to know what they're lacking and what they're most interested in. So when you do that, you know, research or call them first and say, hey, can you tell me a little about, your facility? This is the part that takes a little cojones, because you do have to say to yourself, okay, I know I'm nervous. I'm scared they're going to what? Reject or say no. But you know what? We never know if someone's going to say no unless we do what? Unless we try. So you go in and take a deep breath and you listen to an affirmation, or listen to Tony Robbins or something like that. And then you go in there and you smile and you share and you say, I am whatever you are. I'll just pretend like, my name is Rachel Feldman. I'm a health coach, and I help people to lose weight naturally, or I help people to lose weight through the power of cleansing and detoxing their body. I have about 3 signature presentations that I do. I can come in here and I can do them for free, or I can also come in here because I have 2 different programs that I've created and developed that can help your clients to break through those barriers of traditional weight loss and, teach them that cleansing their body can be done in a very safe and natural way. And I would love to partner with you. Now, I will market for you. I will share on Instagram, on my Facebook page, and I will, in my newsletter, share that this is happening, whether this is locally, guys, or that this is online. So the components that you can do is, remember, define what is included. I can't spell tonight. Meaning, if you're doing a cleanse, you have a kickoff, you have a wrap up, you may even have a follow up. So you have 3 meetings. Then you want to define, are you doing this online? Well, the answer is yes, because that's what we're discussing tonight. But those face-to-face meetings can be, so remember, there can be this combination of both. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can meet face-to-face, but then you're having online support, or you can do this all online, meet, via Zoom, give people Zoom links, and then have an online forum. So Zoom or face-to-face. You then want to see who is sending out, the materials. Is this you? Is it the spa? So when you're saying to the spa, hey, we can talk about cleansing, and we can also combine that with, maybe they have like these wraps. Maybe they have, maybe it's a spa that does colonics, all these different things. You can actually package it together with them. So that's one option. The second is that you could also go into like a juicing place and say, I want to include a 1-day juice, or maybe there's a healthy delivery service. A lot of people these days don't want to cook. And so you could go in and say, you know what, I'm going to educate and inform and give people the healthy recipes if they so desire, but I want to partner with you and do this talk and run this program at your facility. And my clients can buy food from you or a juice cleanse if that is something that you want to add. And I'll take care of the program and telling people about the program. Both are viable options. Both are easy options. The biggest thing that you want to think about is what you need to say. And that's something that you're going to want to practice. It's also something that you want to make sure that you know what they need. And then they're going to say back to you, like, wow, we're so excited that you're offering this because we've been thinking about doing something like this, but we don't have a program. Or we've been thinking about doing something like this, but we haven't had the time to put it together. And then that is when you get into the next discussion. How much is it going to be? The other thing that you can do is to actually price per your talks. So that would be per hour. You can also price per percentage of people who sign up. You can also do a flat fee, so that they are paying you a flat fee. You're taking care of the emails. You're taking care of everything. They might be doing promotion, but that's when you have to think, okay, who's doing the sales page? Is it a joint sales page? Is there a joint promotion? Are there joint videos? All of that. But just remember, at the end of the day, you paid for this program. You want to protect and make sure that what you have paid for is very important to you keeping ownership of that program. So it's not to say that somebody can't go, oh, wow, this is really great. But you just want to make sure that you have very clear boundaries set from the, let me just say this, a spa, gym, health food store. So just remember, this can be, especially how many of you have health food stores? I know when I'm from Philly and I moved to Florida 7 years ago. In Philly, there were all these awesome health food stores that had like little areas in the back that you could do workshops. You can always go into that health food store and say, I would love to run this program. And my clients have this shopping list and I can do a tour through your health food store. Would you be open to that? So there are so many different options for you doing this. And again, this is just a small snippet of taking you through the process of how you would actually do this. Okay, let's get to some questions. So does anyone have a specific question about anything that I talked about or anything that I covered? Yes, no? Everyone's a little quiet tonight. So I am just going to say this, is that when I partnered with gyms, when I partnered with spas, when I partnered with health food stores, chiropractors, doctors, anybody, I found that it was very important, like I said, to know the pricing components. The second is it was very important for me to know the value of what I was bringing to them. That's really key, because the thing is that not many people have the time, nor do they have these kind of programs sitting in their back pocket. And so you're bringing a huge amount of value to them. Dawn saying, so partnering with a chiropractor, I would say most often it's 70-30, 60-40. 60-40 if they're doing more marketing, if they're taking, because, and you want to also say to them and define this in your contract, in your roles and responsibilities. Are they sending a newsletter out? Are they going to be promoting this on their events page? Like, are they going to put this up and announce this to the people at their facility? So whether it's a spa, or whether it's a gym, or whether it's a chiropractor's office, or whether it's a yoga place. I mean, again, take that, what I call SOP, standard operation procedure, and we couldn't map out the whole thing. We would have to do that for a few hours. But I wanted you to just see that a lot of this is verbiage that you need to get comfortable with. That's number one. Number two is define what you're offering. Number three is know your hourly price, which I keep saying also, because that will allow you to get into the ins and outs of your single session, your VIP days, your talks. So yes, 70-30 or 60-40. So I'm curious about how do we point a sales page with the partner place. So again, that's something that you want to discuss with them. Sometimes they say, yeah, we'll create, the sales page and we'll put your face there and you can do a video and have it kind of set up like that. So again, there's not like a right or wrong. If they want to do it on theirs, that's fine. It's just who is going to take care of the email delivery. So maybe they have a sales page, but you're giving them the opt-in link, just the link, the HTML or the link to your MailChimp, which is going to trigger, or the link to the hyperlink to the PayPal, which will trigger, or whatever e-commerce shopping center you're with, shopping you're with. So you want to think about those components. If you're doing it on yours, same thing. You can say partnering here, and then the gym or the spa can take your page and say, sign up for this amazing summer reboot. This will also come with a facial. You can add those extra little things. And then that picture and that little intro, it will say, click here for more information. Boom, that takes them over to your sales page. So I would say, if they are doing, hold on, let me see what Andrew's saying. Would you roll out the same method for introducing essential oils to a spa? It's a good question. So whenever I've talked to, because I'm with doTERRA and I use essential oils like everywhere in my house, when I've talked to places where I've done, or I've gone in to talk to them about having a table, I don't necessarily go and pitch a program. But I think at any time that we're thinking about like speaking, or we're thinking about presenting, it still always has to come back to, what do they need? What are they missing? And what value can I add? So when you walk in and you're like, hey, I'm Rachel Feldman, I wanted to talk to you about this great opportunity. I'm a health coach, but I'm also a massive lover of essential oils. I wanted to bring you some essential oils. I also wanted to bring you some lotions and some other great free stuff so that you can try this out, because there are so many essential oil companies out there. And the reason I chose the one that I chose is this: 1, 2, 3. So when I've worked with other spas just like you, they have so many clients who are coming in, they get a great massage, they have oils dripped on them, and they want to leave with that spa feeling. So the great thing about when you partner with me is I can help you to build a successful business around replicating a model that will really work in your business. And then your clients can go home with a great smelling, and you can have all the oils and diffusers featured right there. So that would just be something. And again, I can go into more detail on how I share, and different people are different. Everyone's got a different style and how they talk. That's just me. I always kind of come in and say, what value would this bring to this person? And why would it be really, valuable? And I even would say, I use essential oils in this way. And when your massage therapist or even your facialist are doing, facials, you can add these, increase, and say, do you want to have a facial? Here's the facial package, but here's the facial package then with essential oils. They actually do that at a number of different places. And it's really special, because imagine having helichrysum and frankincense and myrrh and geranium and all those oils that give you really great skin, plus an exfoliating scrub with what? Grapefruit, peppermint, some really like a little sandalwood, maybe even a little lavender, stuff like that. So it would be pretty epic. And the same thing also, if you ever want to up level with stuff like that, guys, that's just what I call the up level, the sweet add-on spot. When I sold cleanses and detoxes, because I do oils. Everyone who did my early bird, instead of just doing an early bird price, people love gifts. You know, they love great little gifts. So I would give everyone a wild orange or a lemon or a grapefruit because at wholesale, they are really cost effective and they're really, you know, just easy and I think everyone should have them anyway. Those are like the oils that we all need, not to mention the ones that I just went over. Okay. Kim is saying, how did you partner with more than one practitioner at a time? For example, did you partner with a spa and a gym at the same time? I was doing a mom's group. I was working actually at 2 different gyms. So actually I was doing 3 things at the same time, but they were different. One is a mom's group. I was actually using Revitalize. And easy weight loss. And at the gym, we were doing more of kind of a weight loss, like fitness kind of, you know, so I took actually the 2-week weight loss and Revitalize and used that. At a spa, I've done cleanses or juice places. We partnered. I think it's more about your time. I wouldn't put the same people all in one group. I mean, that's the value add that you're bringing them for them exposing you to their people. You wouldn't want to have, you know, you wouldn't want to have like 3 different, you know, 2 different gyms and a spa on one Facebook forum. You would have to have 3 different ones and you would make sure that your timing was right on them. Not only your timing for the gym, but see, that's why I think in the summer it's so great to partner because a lot of these, you know, places like chiropractors and acupuncturists and, you know, yoga and gyms and, you know, all that, they're really busy in the summer because everyone works on their body. I mean, that's why I want you guys to get out of this like idea that things slow down. The only time things slowed down for me was like that week before Christmas to New Year's. And the other times I had the mindset that I wasn't going to have business. I would say, yeah, Memorial Day or maybe the last week of August. You know, you have to look always at the holidays, you know, in the U.S. And if you're not in the U.S., follow the holidays of your country of origin because they will definitely lead you right down the path of knowing people's psychological needs. Like everyone thinks Memorial Day, beach, I better get my body, you know, in shape. So you want to optimize on that and reach out to as many different, you know, practitioners and people as possible so that you're building your referral list and they will become referrals. They just probably have to get to know you. Okay. I have a relationship with Whole Foods in my area. Oh, that's great. Years ago, I did something at Whole Foods. It's a lot of fun. I've taught 2 classes a year. One was about detoxing. The other was about eating raw, inspired to introduce a clean eating program. Yes, love. And that's what we talked about the other night. Great idea, Tony. You know, health food stores, same thing. I mean, you could go into Trader Joe's. You could go into any different place. I mean, look, that's why I say I can do it. And then go in and you're pitching and hopefully you're pitching to the person that's like one of the top people, or you say, you know what, can I come back? I also did a bunch of those kind of tours because I was part of some organizations that asked me to, you know, take their people through and stuff like that. So whether you do them for free, sometimes, you know, sometimes we do these things for free and that leads to paid clients. Or sometimes we ended up we do these as paid, or sometimes we do classes like, you know, sometimes Whole Foods, that's going to expose you to a bunch of people. So you can actually do a shopping tour. You can, you know, you just have to ask these places, hey, can I come in? And especially mom and pop shops are just great, guys. So don't discredit. If you see a place and you're driving, like just stop over. Have those brochures, have those things made. It's one of the reasons that we give flyers in all of our different programs so that these things can just be there for you, or tabletop signs or sign-up sheets, because you want to have that stuff ready, like ready and done. And, so that you can get, Kinko's to print it out, or Office Max, or one of a local printing, and it's just done. Okay. Good, Andrea. I'm glad that that worked. Recently partnered with an acupuncturist, but it's very slow. I don't get referrals much, and I gave her samples. I mean, sometimes we get referrals right away. Sometimes it's not like, maybe they're not going as fast, or maybe you haven't said it very clearly to them on you want to do a class with them. That's really inviting. So again, think about how you can make their facility in partnership with you. Someone's much more inclined to do that than for you just to be like, hey, I'm coming in here. I think it's much nicer when, you sit down. And when I partnered with, these people, we had a few sit downs before we came to, this is really the vision. And once you have your vision of what you can offer, then you're saying to them, what do you see? And remember, that's a big thing. We don't just go in and say, here, it's like, what do you see? What are you missing in your business? It's opening up the door. And I know that takes kind of like a little calming, because you're like, I just want to tell you what I have to offer. Sometimes bring your computer. I've done that, where I open my computer. I've met people in their yoga studio and said, hey, can I do, a class on eating for energy, for athletes and yoginis. I mean, so really see kind of like, what do you need to come in with first? Sometimes before people commit, I'd say 50%, they do need to see what you're all about. So you may really want to have a sit down and not just, say, can I take you out to lunch? And in the beginning days of my career, this happened constantly. I mean, we would meet for lunch, or we would meet at their office. I mean, I did a lot of driving to different places to, get myself to be known as a health coach in South Florida, known as a health coach worldwide. And that was my goal. And so you do have to take those steps, and sometimes, as I said, and it's not a lie at all, I would drive by and see something and be like, oh, hold on, kids. My kids were little. I'd be like, mommy's got to get out. And I would just go and say, we'll go in and get like, some dehydrated apples, or we'll go get something yummy. And they'll be like, mommy, why are we stopping? But I would go and put, a flyer up, and I would put my business cards in there. And, it's what it takes. And nobody really talks about that anymore. And that's why I start off this talk with, don't just think of it as online. Really think about it as communication with people. So Christy's saying, is MailChimp training available for those who have never used an email campaign? Yes, and good news is that the MailChimp training, if you buy any of our Rockstar or any of our all-inclusive programs, that's part of it. But there is an additional in the first 250 bonuses that is a whole class on MailChimp. And I would say yes, did I cry? And that's why I was always like, the monkey's on the back. And they say, there's a little monkey with MailChimp. And I was always thought, no wonder this guy's a monkey, because he feels like he's just on your back. But it's not horribly difficult to learn. And if you're one of those people where that this is going to be the very thing that like takes you down, find a virtual assistant. I know many great ones that can help, that can get you to the place that you need to be at. So don't think that you need to sit there and not get what you need per se. So yes, Christy, that is available. And if you need to, if you need some information on virtual assistant, just feel free to ask. Okay, I did a green smoothie class, used a PowerPoint presentation. Then I sold the ebook after the class, and I booked one-on-ones. Any suggestion on how to build? Dawn, you are a machine. I love it. And I love talking to you as well. So I would say when you're building and up leveling, guys, you want to be able to say, look, you know, there are ways to work with me one-on-one. And for some of you that are like, I never want a group coach, the reason that I did groups is there are people that don't want to do one-on-one coaching and will come into your business funnel because you have those opportunities. So I like to have documents edited and everything so that if you have that opportunity come up and you say, hey guys, I'm looking for 20 people to come to a program, or I'm doing an online program, that is your next level of supporting them, Dawn, or VIP days. And we're going to do that in another webinar or live stream, where I'm going to build out a VIP day for how you can rock a VIP day. So you can offer people one-on-one instead of just selling an ebook. You could sell a program right there, right after, and lead them. Here's the invitation to work with me. Here is one way. Here's a one-on-one session, or here's group coaching. Okay, those are the questions. I've recently, okay, but it's very slow. I'm gonna go to Partner Tuesday. Yes, I mean, and I would just get, if you're going to partner with somebody this week, next, make sure that you have, like I said, that brochure, and think about what is missing maybe from the conversation. Like when you play back this replay and you hear what I said, you know, think about, are you saying those kind of things when you're going in and talking to them? Are you asking them about their business and what their clients need? Are you asking if maybe you can give them a free gift, and in their next newsletter, they build their clients into knowing you? So give a free gift, which is why the opt-in freebies aren't just for list building. These are for gifts or the handouts, or take a PowerPoint presentation, put it into a PDF, your information, what it's like to work with you, some testimonials, and give that to them. And you will probably see referrals go up. I have not printed out materials. I found that it's definitely more costly. You can definitely do it. I know people who print out the guide, or they print out the recipes, or they print out a few handouts. But I would say if you're going to do that, you probably need to bring your price up to like $150 or something to cover the cost. The biggest thing is take out as much color, because the color also will cost. And if you need to take it into a smaller point instead of 12 point, which is our standard size in our programs, except for headers, then take it to a smaller size and combine it. Or make a little book that is just like the daily things of what they need to do, and print that off so they have that. Okay, anytime, no problem. Okay, guys, I am going to say goodbye to everyone on Facebook. If you guys have any questions about the programs, you know my number. If you have any questions about your system, you know, and again, this is your system of what you're using with your clients to convert strategy sessions to paid, what your potential clients will see on a Work With Me page, which is most often what they see even before they call you. This is the very thing that they will, you know, this is also the very thing that people are going to see when they are checking you out. So it's not that having a program builds authority, but it shows other people that you are playing in a different level of, you know, the playing field, that you're taking it seriously, that you have something to offer. So feel free to reach out to me. You can go to www.yourhealthcoachbiz.com and pop in a question there, or you can send me an email at rachelafeldman.com, which is my website, and I will see you guys later. Okay, so for everyone on this webinar, I will be sending out the replay. If you have any questions or you did not get it, because maybe you signed up later, you can either sign up again and get the welcome letter, or feel free to reach out to me. If you still need to call me tonight, please do. Ask any questions, and I'm here to support you. I will see you later, guys. I will see you. tomorrow at 7. All right. Have a great one. See you soon. And remember, if you have a question, like I said, don't hesitate to call. All right. I'm here for you guys. And it's been a pleasure to be with you guys.